Alright, speaking part. Speaking part 2 and 3, okay? Work in pairs. Look at this task for speaking part 2. Which words and phrases in the box below would you use when you do the task? So you have learned a lot already, so maybe I don't have to explain too much. This is speaking part 2, right? Here in exercise 2, they say that you are going to do the task in exercise 1 before you talk. Think about what you're going to say and make some notes. Now you have a few minutes. Actually, in the real exam, you only have 1 minute to prepare, right? So now I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Please prepare your notes, and then you do the speaking task. All right? Now do it. Do it. Minh Đức không hiểu một cái gì hết, phải không? Lật tập ra. Lật cái nốt ra, xong rồi đọc từ trên đọc xuống dưới cái speaking part 2, xong rồi chuẩn bị cái phần speaking này, mình viết cái nốt ra, mình định trả lời như thế nào. Alright, do it. Websites on the internet that you use regularly. Miêu tả cái website trên internet mà bạn sử dụng thường xuyên. Thì bây giờ là mình sẽ miêu tả xem là cái website này mình sử dụng thường xuyên, và mình trả lời 4 câu hỏi nào. Okay? Like what sort of website is, what you use it for, vân. Cái là loại site, okay. Người ta nói là miêu tả một cái website trên mạng của bạn sử dụng, có thể là loại của website. Câu nào? What sort of website is, là đó là cái loại website nào? Có thể là nó là dạng social media, hay là nó là một cái shopping website. Social media là Facebook, Instagram, Instagram thì nó có một cái hàng shopping, tức là website như là shopping hay là Lazada gì đó, và nghĩ thì viết ra, nhưng mà nốt trả lời những câu này nốt một cách ngắn gọn thôi, không có nốt full nha, không có nốt một cách đầy đủ. Tại vì đi thi thực tế mình chỉ có 1 phút để chuẩn bị thôi, thì 1 phút thực tế mình không có biết được cái gì hết, biết được lại là còn anh này đó không phải là cắt nha, là gọi là vào đây tập đâu, không sạc được chứ, sạc được chứ. Camera nha, trong cái đó. Mình làm cho giống thật một chút xíu nha các bạn. Mốt đi học các bạn mang tập vở đàng hoàng nha. Rồi lúc mà cái phần này người ta kêu notes là các bạn nốt ra giấy, chứ không phải là nốt thẳng cho câu hỏi người ta. Trong khi thi các bạn không được quyền nốt cho câu hỏi người ta đâu. You understand? So remember, in the exam you only have 1 minute to prepare. So try to write everything briefly. Only write the most important thing. Maybe some keywords, adjective, adverbs, and something which can help you to remember what you have to say. Alright guys, time's up. Just talk. Now who wants to go first? Describe a website on the internet that you use regularly. You should say what sort of website it is, what you use it for, what you like and dislike about it, and explain why you use it regularly. And of course you can use all of the words in the box here, okay? Site, social networking, to browse, to buy online, to chat, to download, to keep in touch, to keep up to date, to research, to visit, to watch. Alright, now who wants to go first? Tell me. But Hương, you can go first. Ngọc Anh, check the time. 2 minutes maximum, okay? You can speak within 1 to 2 minutes, yeah? Okay? And the other guys, listen to her. Yeah, doesn't really matter, just do it. Okay, go. Okay. Thank you. Now time. 2 minutes. Exactly. 2 minutes sharp. Okay, that's good. So the timeline is okay. Now, guys, what do you think? What do you think about her speech? What do you think? Is it good? Or bad? Or what? Tell me, what do you think? Yeah? All right. Yeah, okay. I think it's quite all right. Yeah, she answered all the questions there. She know how to talk about website, and she speak quite fluently. Okay, and her content is also really good. Grammar, of course, you have to check a lot of that. Yeah, she make some mistakes here and there, but that's very normal. All right. Yeah, that's really good. Did she try to use something like comparison or something? Yes or no? Maybe no, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, it's up to you. Yeah, maybe if you can compare this or that, much better, something like that. And yeah, you already said what sort of website it is, or what you use it for, and what you like or dislike about it, and explain why you use it regularly. Yes, you answer all of those questions. But guys, the most important question here is describe a website on the internet that you use regularly, okay? And the other 4 questions, they are there just to help you. So you can answer them all, or you don't need to answer them all. It doesn't really matter, okay? The most important thing is just to describe a website on the internet that you use regularly. That's the most important thing, okay? Just to keep that in mind, yeah? Okay, so basically that is a good one, all right? Of course, if she had to improve something, that is, she needs to try to use many different types of kind of structures when she speaks, because right now it's kind of very normal, some kind of short sentences. Okay, I didn't hear much of any kind of linking words or something, or making any comparison there. Okay, but basically it's good. You can get 5.5 with that one. Okay, Apan, your turn. Look, you can check the time. You have a watch or something? No, I need him to practice, because everyone must understand how to do it, okay? Yeah, 2 minutes, yeah? Maximum 2 minutes. So she, yeah, check the time. So you can speak for 1 to 2 minutes, yeah? Okay, Ngọc Anh, go. Time? 1 minute and 20 seconds. So the timeline is quite alright. It is a little bit short, but it's quite okay. What do you think about her speech? What do you think? Is it easy to understand? Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, yeah, actually she makes so many grammar mistakes. Yeah, I can understand somehow, but some parts I couldn't understand. Yeah, and probably because the way she used, or the maybe the structures, or the because the grammar was not that good, so that's why the oral sentences really they are quite hard to understand. And yeah, but at least you answer the questions. I understand, like the website you are using. Basically, it's okay. You need to improve a lot. Okay. For vocabulary and anything, or the structures or something, I want to hear something more. Okay. Because this is IELTS level. You can't just use something like, well, I like it. I like here and there, or do here and there. You know, it's too simple structure. Of course, I don't want you guys to make it too complicated, but at least you need to be able to use some kind of combined sentences, and with a variety of structures and a variety of tenses as well. Okay, if you want to get a high score, and for that you will get somewhere like 4.75. Minh Đức, your turn. When her, you can check the time for it. Or Nhi, you can check the time, yeah.
Today I wanna describe a website on the internet that I use regularly on my phone. That is Facebook. It's a type of social media, and I use it for entertainment or chat with my friends after school. I love to use this because we can use it to make more friends in the internet, or watch film, or watch funny videos. But sometimes I don't like it because it have some content videos that is not suitable for people who use this, especially with children.
Nói.
I use this to keep in touch with my friends and relax after a busy day.
Okay, thank you. Time.
55 minutes, 55 seconds.
55 seconds. It's a little bit short. Okay, you need to yeah, you think more. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So this is the first time you do it. So yeah, you still have a lot of room for improvement. Yeah, just think about something more. For example, like remember, just to ask a few more questions like who, what, where, when, why, and how. Yeah, just think about those things, and then you have so many more things to talk about. Okay, if you run out, if you run out of idea, yeah. Basically, it's good. You could speak quite fluently, and the content was also quite good. It's clear, yeah. Just talk about something you use daily. Yeah, the website you use daily, and you already explained some stuff there. Unfortunately, it was a little bit short. Okay, so yeah, just think about. For example, every time you say anything, you can extend the answer by giving more explanation or give some examples. Okay? Yeah. Whatever you say, you have to explain why you say something like that, and then you give some examples to prove it. Okay? Yeah. And yeah, I see something good there, like you use some words or phrases in the box here, like to keep up to date or keep in touch, something like that. That's a good one. Okay, so you still have a lot of room for improvement there. Okay, so you got like somewhere like 4.75 as well. Okay, all right, Nhi, your turn. Quỳnh Hương, you can check the time for. Yeah, time. 1 minute and 40 seconds. So the timeline is okay. Yes, and she answered all the questions there. It's quite okay. Just some sentences she couldn't really complete it well, right? Like just I feel like just sometimes you just try to combine some words and you put them together, you know, here and there. It's not a real sentence. Okay. Yeah, it's quite fluent. Just sometimes you repeat the same thing again and again. Maybe because you ran out of ideas there. You didn't have anything else to say. So just remember who, what, where, when, why, how, and you need to give explanation for what you are talking about, and also you give some examples. Okay. Yeah. Just give some examples, because for example you use Facebook or Instagram or anything you use daily, of course you should have some examples, right? You say that, like for example, like yesterday or last couple of days or last week I posted blah blah blah, something here and there. For what? Okay, for what reason, or so why you did that. Okay, so always remember who, what, where, when, why, how to explain your answer, and try to make some comparison, because remember contrast or anything, if you can compare with each other, it makes your story more appealing. Okay, for that you got somewhere like 5. Okay. Alright guys, so we have just finished exercise 1 here. Now let's move on to exercise 3. Work in pairs and take turns to give your talks. You should each speak for up to 2 minutes. So that's what you have just done. Now please read some exam information. Speaking part 3. Now we move on to speaking part 3. All right. Quỳnh Hương, read that. Yeah. Yes, okay. So in part 3, the examiner asks you questions on a range of topics connected with the topic of part 2. And you discuss your opinions with him or her. The questions are more general and less personal than in part 1. Remember that. This part takes 4 to 5 minutes. So remember in part 3 questions, that is some kind of general questions. Okay? So when you speak, you don't talk about yourself. You don't say I there. Okay? Or you don't give any personal examples there. You just talk about things or people in general. So normally you will use a word like they or you, or if they ask about websites or students or children, parents, something like that. So you don't talk about yourself. Okay? Remember that. That's not part 1. Now let's move on to exercise 4. Go. Yes, all right. So look at this part 3 question and the 3 answers below. We have 3 answers here, A, B, and C. Which answer do you think is best? Why? So this question is, how does the internet help people in their everyday lives? Now you can read all of the answers here, A, B, and C, and tell me which one is the best. And explain why. Don't say that it's best because it's the longest or something. Okay? Of course, guys, C should be the wrong one. Okay? Why is that? I don't even need to read. Why I know that that's wrong? That's not the best answer here. Why? Yes, this one is too short. What the hell is this? We are about to do IELTS exam and not a starter or mover or flyers exam. You understand? If you do anything like this, you will fail immediately. Okay? You don't plan to get band 1 or 2, right? Okay, now read all of them and then tell me. Okay, finished? All right, A, B, or C, which one? B. B is the best answer. Yeah, now tell me why. Okay, B is the best answer. Now tell me why. Don't tell me it's the best answer because it's long. Yeah, well, I think it helps people in quite a lot of ways. For instance, to get information or to book air tickets. It helps people to study and to do research for their homework and their studies, or even to get advice about how to study. Okay, so yeah, it answers the questions and in general. Okay, how about A? Why is wrong? A, why is wrong? Can you speak louder? I can't hear you. Yeah, here it said I use the internet for downloading films. Oh my god. The question didn't ask you about yourself. You understand? This is part 3. Guys, you don't need to know, you don't need to think, oh, okay, this is part 1 questions or this is part 3 questions. You don't need to care. You look at the questions and you will see immediately. They didn't ask about you, right? They asked about everyone. How does the internet help people in their everyday lives? They asked about everyone in the world. Not just you. But here they say, I use the internet for downloading films. I enjoy watching films in my free time and it's cheaper than going to the cinema. It doesn't work. Okay? Yeah, so keep that in mind. Now let's move on to the next one. Exercise 5. Đức, read that.
Work in pairs. Look at the
Yes. Okay.
What opinion or ideas would you express to answer each question? To what reason and example can you give?
Yes. So work in pairs, look at these questions for speaking part 3. So you have a few questions here. Internet use, okay? Like how does the internet help people in their everyday lives? Do you think that some people spend too much time on the internet? Why? In your opinion, will newspapers and books disappear as a result of the internet? Why? Why not? And here they support you with these two things. What opinion or ideas would you express to answer each question? And what reasons and examples can you give? So that means that when you answer all of these questions, you need to give reasons and examples. Okay, guys? Yeah, some of you may not think of any kind of examples, but yeah, it's okay if you have it or not. Yeah, you don't have to give examples all the time, but that might be a good suggestion. Got it? Okay, now please speak to each other in pairs, of course. Ask and answer these 3 questions. Now, do it. Go. Bình Hương, you can go with Nhi. Bạn, you can go with Minh Đức. Go. Try to speak louder, guys, unless you don't want to take the exam. Speak louder, I can't hear anything, so I can't fix anything for you. You understand that? Go. Just talk, guys. Talk. Ngọc Anh, Minh Đức, what are you doing? Yeah. Okay. So now let's move on. Okay. Of course, you really have to improve a lot. Okay. Really have to improve, especially in Advanedu, you really have to improve a lot there. Okay. Not a, now, and for the first question, you totally answer that personally, not general, not generally. They ask how does the internet help people in their everyday lives, not you. Why you answer like about yourself? Okay, now number 6. Read the response below given by Elena, an IELTS candidate. Okay, and then you answer all of these 3 questions. Number 1, which question from speaking part 3 in exercise 5 is she answering? Number 2, underline the reasons and examples she gives. 3, which 4 words and phrases does she use to show she's not certain about her answer? Okay, so those things you can learn as well. Now please answer all those 3 questions before we move on to pronunciation. But yeah, pronunciation we're gonna do it later. Yeah, finished? Okay. So which question from speaking part 3 in exercise 5 is she answering? Which one? What? Yeah, the second one, right? Okay, the second one. And now underline the reasons and examples she gives. What are they? Reasons? What did you underline? Just give me a few words. What? First? Because, no, the reason, the real reasons, not the word. for their jobs. Too much time sitting down or saves time. Yeah. So those are the reasons. Now give me some examples. What examples did she give? Yes, young people who should be studying instead. What else? Chatting to friends instead of a telephone or going to the library. Okay? Something like that. Those are those things you can learn. Now, number 3. Which 4 words and phrases does she use to show she's not certain about her answer? When you're not so sure about what you are saying, then you can say some word like what? Well, I'm not sure. What else? Perhaps. What else? Maybe. What else? Yeah, so I think it depends. Yeah, depends. Yeah. Okay? Well, I'm not sure. Perhaps, maybe. So I think it depends. Okay? Alright. Alright guys, it's time for a short break. guys, let's continue. Alright guys, now Nhi, you can read exam advice, speaking part 3. Yes, that's right. Okay. So when you do speaking part 3, you need to listen carefully to the questions and make sure you give direct and relevant answers. Okay. Don't try to go around and around without answering the main questions. You must answer the main questions immediately. Okay. And then give quite long answers. They said that quite long answers. So don't make it too short. Don't make it too long, just long enough, okay? To the questions, giving an example or a reason, yeah? You always need to give a reason, or you need to give an example, or you need to give both. If you're not certain about how to answer, say so, and suggest possible ideas you have. For example, like sometimes it may ask you something you are not familiar with, or you don't know how to answer that. You have no idea about what they're asking. Okay, you can just say so, or you say, well, I'm not so sure about that, but I think it should be like this or that. Okay, you understand? For example, like if they ask you something like, okay, now can people survive in space or something? If you're not so sure about how to answer that, then you just say so. You say, well, I'm not so sure whether people, how long people can survive there, but I think maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. Got it? Alright, now let's move on to exercise 8. Quỳnh Hương, read that. Yes, now work in pairs, take turns to ask and answer these questions using the internet. So you have 4 questions there, just ask and answer them all. Yeah? Now do it. Finished? Okay. Yeah, now we can move on to pronunciation. Chunking. Okay, Minh Đức, you can read that.
We tend to say words in groups or more like one word. We call this chunking. Between groups of words, we pause or hesitate.
Yes. So we tend to say words in groups almost like one word. We call this chunking. Between groups of words, we pause or hesitate. I mean, when we speak, sometimes we stop somewhere, okay? That means we pause or we hesitate or something, and we call that chunking, okay? A group of words, when we speak, we call that chunking. Of course, there's no kind of right or wrong answer here. So some people may speak a little bit longer and then they stop. Some may speak a little bit shorter and stop. Okay? But at least it must make sense. Whether you pause after a very long sentence or you pause at a short sentence or something, but it must make sense. Don't just pause anywhere you like and it doesn't make any sense and make it hard for people to understand. Now, number one, Nhi. Yes, okay, now you will listen, right? Listen to Elena's answer to the first question from speaking part 3 above and mark the pauses or hesitations as she speaks. Now you listen and then you will mark like this, like a slash here, where she stops or where she pauses, okay? Track 17.
Track 17. Unit 4. Pronunciation. Exercise 1.
Well, I think it helps people in quite a lot of ways. For instance, to get information or to book air tickets. It helps people to study and to do research for their homework and their studies, or even to get advice about how to study.
Yeah?
Track 18. Unit.
Okay, now track 17 first. Now tell me, where did you pause or where did she pause? Well, yeah, after comma. Normally after comma we have to pause, right? After comma and after full stop, of course we have to pause. What else? It helps people. People, you have to stop. Where else? A lot of ways. Can you hear that? For instance, what else? Get information. Air tickets. To study. Research. Before get advice, what do we have? Their studies. Get advice. And the last one. Alright? Yeah. Okay guys, now please practice speaking with your friends and you need to pause at the same place. Okay? Now do it. Okay, guys. Yeah. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, so that's it for our lesson today. We'll see each other next week. Okay.